to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see, the winners of 4 straight, the Boise State Broncos, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Broncos offense will go on the attack first. And we've been really eager to see this matchup. This quarterback against an elite defense. Jesse, what does a quarterback have to keep in mind when you face a group like this?
Well, he's just going to have to be dialed in. He's had a lot of success this year so far. This is a different animal than this defense he's playing. He's got to be really good with his decision-making, throwing it, running it, pre-snap, post-snap. You make one mistake against this defense, David, they make you pay.
Yeah, they're a fun defense to watch, and this is a fun challenge for the defense, too, because it's an elite quarterback, right? Like, they can make you look like you're not as good as you've been all season long. So I'm looking forward to seeing this matchup and who wins it.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They'll run it from the gun. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Looking to throw, it's Madsen. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
Pass interference, defense.
The defender got a little desperate there. Grabbed, held, and the offense will take the penalty. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Finding open areas. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the right side.
So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense comes out first time they've had the ball today. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
On 3rd down, going up top. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on 3rd down.
He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with the fresh possession. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. To the air, it's Madsen. Got it set up on the outside. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks? Really help out the back, find some space to go to work.
Using his legs, it's Gaines. He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Broncos are learning about life after Ashton Genty last year with the sensational season, got close to Barry Sanders' single-season rushing yards record. When you change things, how much of an impact could that have on the way they distribute the ball, David?
I mean, they're going to have to find their go-to guys, but here's the thing. You know it's going to be a really good system. And having Mad Dog back at quarterback, a guy that you know you can trust how to distribute the football, knows the plays, a lot of experience back on the offensive line. There's a lot of others that were still here for that playoff run.
Breaks the tackle. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. And the Broncos are moving quickly down the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Can't find his man as he took it. Shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
I don't even know if the offense is aware that they have other eligible targets downfield. It feels like every single throw early in this game has gone this guy's way.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Wants to go up top. Still looking on the move. On the run, fires downfield. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O's. Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Looking to throw, it's Madsen. It's picked off, and they ruined the drive with a turnover. Made the play on the bit, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. To the ground with the back. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
Oh, he's got some space. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. Quarterback may change this route. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Broncos.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going right to work up top. Snagged in the middle. It's Love. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. Give to the back. That That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Power football with the run. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
And it really doesn't matter what the decision is on the RPO. When your defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks and make plays.
Off play action. He slings it deep to the left. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Back to throw, it's Madsen. Get it out on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Punt is on its way. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. On the run, it's Bob. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And you want to run the football, right? That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Trying play action. Got a man. It's Fields. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
And frankly, that's a completion. It's not going to make the end of season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Looking down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. Notre Dame ready to go with another 1st down. He'll do it himself. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Running into the open space. There he goes. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another 1st down. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. 2nd and goal for this offense. Pushes ahead. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt.
Number 98 on field goal.
Good right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping hoping for better fortune this time around. To throw, it's Madsen. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Quick completion on the out route. Turning it on! Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield on first down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. First play of the period will be a second down. Takes a handoff. It's Sherrod. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Knocked down at the 25-yard line, picked up 10 there, and gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll keep it on the ground. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the thunder being shaken down on third down. Back to throw, it's Madsen. Quickly complete. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the field goal unit is on the field. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Absolute shank. Missed it. Guys, after the miss, still up by 4. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going for it all. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Caught behind the line. It's Love. Breaks into the open. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46. The offense setting up shop at the 46. 1st and 10. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Give to the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
Wants to fire on second down. Bring in the heat. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And that's now their third sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front seven. They can blitz, they can rush you with 4, with 3, but they've got dudes that can beat you one-on-one, and you're seeing that in this game.
Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Motion from the wide receiver. To the air, it's Madsen. Got his man. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. The Broncos come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. Looking to throw for it. Makes the grab on the left. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And the Broncos are flying down the field. Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete, a big... Here forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Sherrod.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He uncorks one deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. So now it's second and long. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. From the gun, the running back has it. Oh, he's got some space. Smashes through the tackle. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a first and 10. Easy completion on the shuffle. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. It's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Irish send out the punt unit. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Boise State ready to send out that offense. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, third down, fourth down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
And the quarterback pulled up two and sacked at the 12.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Finds his man down the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Caught in the backfield, it's Sherrod. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big third down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top. This time on target. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. On first and 10 from the 38. Wants to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Behind the chains now on second and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake. There's the pressure. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
The kick is on its way. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Makes the grab. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down. The Broncos racing to the line in the hurry-up. Dropping back, it's Madsen. Fires to the wideout. He makes the catch. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it first and 10 outside the 40. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. And the Broncos come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Got it in the middle, it's Bates. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Pressure coming. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Fires to the big fella. He's pushed out of bounds at the 22.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where...
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Boise State!
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll leave it with him. Fighting off the defender. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in South Bend going on. And the standout player on the defensive side of the ball has been that boogeyman back there at safety. They try to run it, he's filling the holes. They try to throw it, he's either picking them off or trying to take dudes' heads off. Good luck making adjustments. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas there in the shadows of Touchdown Jesus.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Broncos will kick it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime. They've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring goal.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Under fire! And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Looking to throw, it's Madsen. He's got the tight end. They'll wrestle it down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Might be calling a hot route. They'll try to run for it. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46. And the Broncos have it with a 1st and 10.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
He fires a bullet to the right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Now the play fake. Blasted as he lets it go. And that 3rd down pass. Vapor trail, but it's incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
On the move, he fires. Working the middle. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The play action fake. Grab behind the line. It's locked. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Catch in the middle. It's Washington. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to keep it in the air. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks. That's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
Notre Dame has made this 2nd down play much more difficult after going backwards. Off play action. Under fire. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Grabbed in the middle, it's Fields. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Finds him out of the backfield. And he will be stopped short or stop himself short of the line to gain. What was he thinking there?
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Looking for a huge play. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down.
Well, this quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw. It's Madsen. Gets it out quickly.
And as a quarterback, when you're throwing these slant routes against man coverage, location is so important. You want to put the football in a place that your receiver can catch the ball and continue advancing. So nice job by that QB, putting the football right on the face mask of his wide receiver.
The Broncos get it past the sticks.
And you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's just a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the 1st down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
Well, the tight end's a guy that's going to have to be able to make plays for this offense in the passing game. That time, QB looking for the big fella. He ran a good route, just couldn't reel it in.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Looking to the big tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Flips it out on the screen. He's going to come up just a bit short. It'll bring up 4th down from the 43.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. Ready to fire from the pistol. Off play action on 1st down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Flanagan. That had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting to 1st? Trying play action. He's got it. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. To the air on 1st down. Snags it over the middle. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Love. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. Caught in the backfield. It's Washington. And after a nice gain, the runner just scoots out of bounds. And you go to old Mr. Reliable in the red zone, and you still have a chance to turn this into 6 instead of 3.
And 3rd down, great job by this offense. Move the chains, give yourself another fresh set of downs, but find the big targets in the red zone. Those guys make life easy on a quarterback.
They lost ground on 1st down, now 2nd and goal from the 5. Going for 6. Touchdown, Notre Dame! In the window for the score. And they'll try to tack on 2.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver.
And the quarterback is sacked. Big play by the defense that is probably going to be wiped out by that penalty flag. I think they jumped offside. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Leaves it with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The give to the back. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
On the ground, it's Sherrod. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got his man quickly. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
We've reached the end of the period. Boise State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield, it's Madsen. Quickly to the flat in the wide receiver screen. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
They'll run play action. Pocket breaking down. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Takes it the other way. At the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Irish. The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
So much pressure on this defense just to get a stop on this drive. They were trailing, but after that turn of events and the interception, they've now got the lead. And remember, they're going to have to come right back on the field. They've got to be able to refocus themselves, but what a play.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Madsen. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's fourth down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down distance like that, comes up with a huge first down.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Defender gets a little too aggressive there, and this offense gets some free yardage. And the Broncos are rolling down the field. Looking to throw again. Fires to the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wide open downfield. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. Trying to get the corner. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And these linebackers, man, the reason they're winning this football game is they've been swarming. You watch them. They're downhill, not missing many tackles. They've really dominated the run game, and that's why they're winning this football game.
They'll try the toss to the left. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, this running back has struggled to find anywhere to go, and I think one reason why is this linebacker and his speed. He did a great job there identifying where the ball was going to go. He didn't let anybody block him. Made his way to the running back and got him on the ground. Nice job.
It's complete on the right side. They wrestle him down at the 16-yard line. A 3rd down stop. Now to see what they do on 4th down. The Broncos have pushed it inside the 20. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. They'll run it. They want to take their time here.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
There he goes. Inside the 50. Inside the 30. Inside the... And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play.
Yeah, I think this quarterback just needs to do a better job working through his progression. Looked to me like he was trying to force that into his guy who was covered on the play. There were other people open.
Scanning the field, it's Madsen. Makes the grab. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's got it. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking to throw on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.